Greetings, dear listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Eternal Grinding, the official radio news show of Eternal Grind. Good news. Our human repeater antenna, William, has really fallen into his job. This week, he went and got piercings in his ears, lips, nose, and cheeks that perfectly fit our station's equipment. So he looks pretty badass while off duty, and he no longer has to suckle lovingly upon wires in order for us to broadcast our humble show to you. And now, the news. Listeners, be careful what you say. There is a bug in the newest hotfixes Blizzard released this week. This bug causes anything players say in chat or voice to become literally true. This has resulted in a number of the best PvPers getting banned for hacking due to the accusations of the filthy casuals. Also, gold farmers claiming that the hacked goods they sell are legitimate truly are legitimate. But closer to home, it has wreaked havoc upon our guild. On Tuesday, HK said it was his short night, and it was. Guildies looked on in fascinated horror as his entire night took only 15 minutes. On the upside, despite being tired, HK was able to finish the raid, since it was now morning for him. The fight itself was paradoxical, however. Noof yet again said that we didn't have the DPS to down the boss, while Eloise, ever optimistic Eloise, said, "We've got it this time, guys." Both were somehow true. Despite only getting Helya to 60% health, she inexplicably died. No one was able to fully rejoice in the kill, however, since right before the pull, Leo said, "Let's blow gammon!" More on this story soon. But first, traffic. There are massive pile-ups in every major city this evening. It appears some ill-informed player, not knowing about the bug, told a story about the corrupted blood incident, somehow bringing it back into existence. Instantly, players and NPCs started dying, their mounts and vehicles careening into light poles, buildings, and mailboxes. Rachel, the resident guild transgender Draenei, seemed oblivious to this, however. She seemed to just be reveling in the bug, chanting like a madwoman from atop her Dalaran mailbox, "They just give me gold. They just give me gold. They just give me gold." Listeners, we've gotten reports that the person worst affected by the bug, possibly across all servers, is JD. The sarcastic prince of puns has been beside himself. Unable to control his natural impulses, there is a seemingly never-ending stream of reports involving him. For instance, he said to a resto druid in Dalaran, "I would like to ask you a question." Onlookers gasped in shock as he then slammed an axe into the side of the druid, which had his intended question beautifully engraved into the back of the axe head. The question apparently was, "Have you ever thought about branching out into tanking, or would that be too much of a bear?" We asked Dell and Gare for comment. Dell took what is, in this reporter's opinion, an impressive and concerning chug out of a bottle of vanilla rum and said through a fit of giggles, "Maybe he'll learn something." Gare said, "Yo, want 'em?" Before I could stop myself, I too fell victim to the bug, as I said, "Sure, I'll give you $2. Gare said, "Done. I would have given him to you for free." I then handed him 2 large deer, and, well, JD? Dinner is at 6:30, and your room is a mess. I expect you to clean up that pigsty before I get home from work. Oh god. Intern Steve, can you call my wife and ask her if there is now a room in our house containing large swine? We'll be back with more soon. And now, shower thoughts with Chuck. Have you been listening to your own program? I'm not doing this segment until Blizzard fixes the bug. Thanks, Chuck. And now, a word from our sponsor. You see the familiar yellow sign, and your stomach gurgles in angry dejection for the diarrhea your brain has already decided it is willing to endure. You drive up to the filthy, out-of-date menu and scream your order at an unintelligible stream of static. You pay what you hope is the price of what you ordered and not what the guy behind you ordered. You take the steaming bag of hours-old takeout. You shovel the greasy mess into your mouth with wild abandon, making the sounds of enjoyment, only to realize that tears are streaming down your face. Your tongue and your brain lock into a battle for superiority. You know that it is wrong, but by God it tastes so right. As you reach for your cup of highly concentrated sugars, you know your brain has lost. You know you will finish the contents of the bag. You might even drive back around for more grease and sodium-covered potatoes, because your life no longer belongs to you. It is ours now. McDonald's. It's technically edible. Reports continue to pour in surrounding this bug. It now appears to have taken on a life of its own, as it's going through chat histories as well. This has resulted in Girth's hard drive actually melted down. How do you like them apples, Girth? Huh. I wonder if apples just appeared near him. Anyway, the bug found Sable statements about people soon being able to live to 110. This has locked him in a never-ending loop of leveling a character to max level only to have it die and be permanently deleted. This isn't that different from what he does on a daily basis, but as far as this station knows, he doesn't usually delete the characters. Blizz, meanwhile, has actually server muted everyone to try and stem the tide of unintended tragedies, but to little avail. Guildies continue to type in guild chat, their every statement and pun seemingly gleefully interpreted by the bug. Like Hygiantis, whose face keeps turning into different emojis as other people talk. Or Trident, who literally cannot take any of us anywhere now. Blizzard devs said that a fix will be released as soon as they can stop laughing long enough to get some work done. So hang in there, listeners. I'm sure that Blizzard, the consummate professionals that they are, will fix this issue as soon as possible. Oh hey, it's fixed. Did I just save the day? I just saved the day! Sweet! And that's our show. So, good night, dear listeners, and remember to keep grinding. Grind those coffee beans, because I think it could be really profitable if we opened a coffee shop in this town. Listeners, be careful what you say. There is a bug in the newest hotfix. This has resulted in a number of the best PvPers getting fuck me in the goddamn ass. In a number of fuck. I can do this. I swear I can fucking do this. Listeners, be careful what you say. Listeners, be careful what you say. I'm not gonna finish any of this. Listeners, we've gotten reports that the worst person I can read. I know I can read, and yet I'm not reading. I suck at life. Listeners, we've gotten reports that the person worst affected by the bug Listeners, we've gotten reports. In shock as he then slammed an axe into the side of the druid, which had his intended question beautifully engraved, "I'm going to kill you, you worthless cat." You see the familiar yellow sign, and my voice sounds like shit. You drive up to the filthy out-of-date menu and scream your order at fuck, god damn it, I'm retarded. You see the, fuck, god, I can't do this. Why can't I do this? It's just reading.